Hey guys, I'm here just to talk a little bit about tipping, and should you tip? Should you tip for a coffee? Should you tip 18%? Should you tip 30%? Should you tip? What should you tip? Because now what these restaurants are doing is, um, I think this is just what I think is they're making these big tips. 18, 20, 25, 30%, and they stick it right in front of you. And then it's almost like you feel guilty while the lady sits there and looks at what number you pushed, or maybe you're on a date and your date is looking to see, are you going to do the most. I mean, that if that's the case for your relationship, if they judge you on how much you tip, that's not going to be a good relationship. you know um, I mean, you should be in the relationship because you love the person, not because they're a big tipper. Money comes and money goes. So um, it should definitely not be on how much you're tipping. But another thing I've noticed is it starts at 18%, 20%, 25, 30%, and then it'll have custom tip. Well, in order to tip under, I mean, what if you had bad service? I mean, I've had bad service. They don't even come back and ask me, if my, and I worked in food service for like 7 years, so I've waited on plenty of tables, and you always go back and ask them, everybody, within, maybe 3 minutes, is everything okay? Maybe check on them periodically. They don't even check anymore. They're just drop it later. Not everybody, but so are you supposed to tip 20, 25% on bad service? Are you supposed to tip when you go get a coffee? Like everybody wants a tip. So I mean, if you feel generous, you can do that. But really, should you? And another thing I noticed too is the pressure. I went to this one restaurant where you know the lady came up, the waitress came up to um, serve us, and we were like, oh, is there a menu? Oh, it's on the QR. Oh, okay. Well, I'd like blah blah blah. Well, no, you got to go on the QR code. You got to download the app. Well, excuse me. What they're doing is they're trying to make you do all that work. Okay, download the app, open the app, create an account, and they just want to nail your credit card is what they want to do. They get your credit card on there. This is also a brewery. So like, maybe you've had a few too many, you're just going to be like bang 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 bang. I mean, not necessarily, 5 beers or something, but it's going to be much easier. So now their server, they can, all they're really doing is running food, right? They're not like really interacting with you. And then again, they want a big tip, right? They want 15, 18, 20, 30% on, those are all the buttons. And I was pretty aggravated, and the lady didn't even want to take our order, like physically, like, write it down. No, you got to do the app. You got to do the app. And it was like, I mean, I was gonna write a bad review. I think I did, and then I deleted it. But you know, it goes to show too. Some of this is like, businesses are hurting because people aren't spending money because of inflation, because people are recovering from the COVID. People that used to go out, they're not going out because they don't have money. Some people aren't going out because it doesn't make sense to go out anymore because it's getting so expensive, and some of the food's not even that good. Like, you're like, did I really pay like $20 for a hamburger? I mean, this was not even that good. I mean, I just bought a pound of ground beef on sale, 93%. It was 377. And buying it from the grocery, you don't pay tax on it here. So no tax, no tip, but then you don't get the experience of being out. But that's what they're doing, is like they want you on the app, and then they want to do the bare minimum, the service thing, like getting to know your server or whatever, like having like a personalized experience. They just want to come by and drop it off later, here's your beer later, here's your hamburger later, here's your appetizer. They don't want to write anything, and everything's becoming digital. And I think people are pretty tired of it too. I think people are getting tired of, you know, um, I don't think ever in my life have I tipped 30%. But what these businesses are doing is that they're trying to make up for the low wage to keep their employees by, you know, maybe you'll hit 20, maybe you'll hit 25, maybe you're feeling good, and then that's going to keep their people, um, working there longer because, essentially they're just making more because, there's these other buttons on there. But I just, I'm pretty shocked, that, it's almost like forced tipping. Before it would be like, oh, I'm going to tip you because I like you. But now it's just like, boom, here, um, go pick up your food, get a carry out. They want to know if you want to tip on that. I mean, all they're doing is like putting it in a bag and then boom. And again, if you have, you know, some people can barely afford the food, but other people may not be a big deal and then they want to tip. They say, oh, yeah, I have, God's given me a lot, so I'll share, but it's just like, it's really gotten out of control, I think. Especially like when I went to that restaurant with the QR code, and they had it also in airport. I was in Texas airport, and they just wanted me on the app, and that was it. Just like sit there, look at the app, don't get a menu. They're saving money that way, no printing, um, and then order the food. Boom, here, done. Then that server can do more tables because they're not interacting with you, and then you need to pay. Boom, here's your card. Shove it in the machine. It kind of reminds me of like the Jetsons. I don't know if you remember that, where they would hit the button and the food would come out. But, we're definitely living in some crazy times. And I think now's the time to trust in Jesus, that God's going to take care of you, and stay prayed up, make good decisions. Not everybody might be as fortunate as you are. There's a lot of people that are becoming homeless, and I mean, I'm in Denver, Colorado, and it's very sad to see. I just drove across town, and all up along this fence, I'll bet there was like 10, 10 tents, right kind of near an intersection area. And that's how people are living now, you say, like, why? I don't know. Is it like greed? Is it COVID, from, when everything shut down? And I think I'm pretty sure there's a proverb in the Bible, and it says, he who lends to the no, it says, he who lends to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward him for what he has done. I think it says that. I'm not sure about the reward part, but it says, like, he who lends to the poor lends to the Lord. God's, it also says, like, God's the maker of the rich and the poor, right? He made man in his image. There's rich people out there. There's poor people out there. There's medium, middle class out there. But at the end of the day, God made us all, and we're all going to have to stand before God on Judgment Day and give an account. Were we a good steward with what God's given us? Did we reach out to our fellow man? But I know there's a lot of hurting people out there, so now's a good time to reach out and to help somebody in need. And I mean, if you want to tip big, tip big. If you want to tip small, tip small. But I just thought I'd do a little commentary on this because, it's like sometimes I'm just like, are you serious? 30% is a button on there. So, anyways, this is the Easter week, so I hope whoever's watching this has a good Easter, and God bless you.